Welcome to F&S Network. This is Wives Unscripted. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the content. We greatly appreciate it. Peace.
Okay, so yeah, we are finally hitting the Chris Brown versus Usher topic
Yes.
that we've been wanting to talk about forever.
Mm-hmm. Should we introduce ourselves or people know who we are?
Well, okay, so I guess I can say whose wife I am. I'm Matt's wife, Lawisha.
I'm Josh's wife, Andrea.
Okay, so this is our first episode of Wives Unscripted.
Yes.
So I am pretty excited to start on these topics. I just, hope that the husbands don't jump in, because you know how my husband is.
Josh just got here at the garage door, so we'll see.
Okay. And then it end up being another group podcast, so we want our own segment.
But yeah, so Chris Brown versus Usher.
Okay, first, who are you taking? Like, Chris Brown or Usher?
So I was thinking about it, and they both offer different things. Like, yes, they're both R&B artists, but I feel like they both have different strengths. But I feel like just based on catalog and the songs that I personally like rock with and stuff, I'm taking Usher.
Okay, I would agree with that. So based off of like just what I prefer to listen to, just wise, is Usher. But when you're talking about who's the better writer and performer and overall like more talented artist, I say Brown.
You think overall more talented? I guess, yeah, I would agree with that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Chris Brown has written songs for so many other artists that became hits. He's
like what? I know he writes, but like the stuff that he wrote, I was like, what were the hits that he wrote?
Like songs that he has produced for other artists. I know there is a song by Brandy that had came out on her 20 I forgot what the album was called, but that one song, Put It Down.
That was a hit.
It was at the time.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Really?
I remember them playing on 106 in Park, but that's it.
That's what I'm saying. I remember it like
I never heard it on the radio. Like I heard it nowhere else except for 106 Park.
I heard it on the radio all the time.
I didn't.
You really? Okay. Okay. So these are some of the songs that he's written. I don't know if he's written or produced it. He's co-writer. So okay. Mary J. Blige, Stronger. He co-wrote the song.
I don't know.
He also wrote Disturbia.
Okay, that was a hit.
By Rihanna. And She Ain't Got by LaToya Luckett. I think I remember that. She Ain't Got. I remember that song. He also did J-Lo's Booty Song.
Never heard of that.
Really? You didn't hear about that song? Okay.
How does it go? You know how it goes?
It's like big booty, got a big something like that, So yeah, that's what he did write that as well. Let me see what else. Because these other songs I'm not really familiar with. And I don't know, maybe like the younger people would be probably familiar with them, but I'm not a whole lot familiar. But yeah, he's written 14 songs for other artists that I can see online.
Has he written anything for himself?
Oh, I don't know. I think he probably writes most of his music. I mean, if he's writing and producing for other artists,
I would think so, but I could also see that not being the case too.
Yeah, true. But so yeah, I feel like talent wise, Chris Brown's better.
And he's an artist. Like he like in terms of like he actually like does art, like draws and graffiti and all that stuff. Like he's really talented in that aspect too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's an actual artist.
Wow. I know he did his song Under the Influence. He did co-write that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he
I feel like social media made that song popular because I never heard that song before social media.
Social media makes a lot of songs popular.
They do. Yeah. That's like the new way to have a hit.
If it ain't on TikTok, people don't know about it.
Yeah, because I'm like, with all these streaming services, I feel like the population that listens to the radio is very minimal. Mm-hmm. And people are just on their phones all the time on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. So the music they hear, it literally influences them. So
when was the last time you listened to the radio?
I think I was driving and I hit a button and it went over to the radio. This is like maybe a week ago. But it was like, they do their like noontime mix or something. So it wasn't like, like current songs like on the radio. It was like, back in the day stuff. So I still don't know what's on the radio.
Oh my gosh. You said when I accidentally bumped it.
Yeah. I'm like, I do not listen to the radio. I am on Apple Music 100% of the time.
Yeah, I'm on Spotify as well. Like I never listen to the radio. The radio is trash.
Oh, so I'm looking up songs Chris Brown wrote for himself. Mm-hmm. He wrote Sensational. I like that song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's written a lot of songs. I'm looking at it too. Just
he wrote he wrote With You. He wrote Loyal. I don't know how big of a writer he was on these songs, but I guess he played on these.
Right. You know how it is when folks have writing credits, but
right. They said like you should say these 3 words. Oh.
Right. Oh, your baby cry on the track. Like your baby a cry.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So I am looking up top songs written by Chris Brown, like top songs. He wrote Kiss Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Damage. I have never heard of that, but maybe
that was on one of his. I think that was on Exclusive.
Oh, okay. Get Like Me. Take You Down. I do remember Take You Down.
So okay, I am questioning this now because I googled songs Chris Brown wrote.
Right.
It has Run It on here. And I find it hard to believe that he had a hand in writing his first single. I don't believe it.
He knows. Who knows? It says
he could be, but I'm like, I don't believe Google anymore.
Oh man. Credit. Also he
wrote Forever. Sorry, cut you off.
Yep, I did see that he did write Forever. Okay, I said Kiss Kiss. What else do I know? Deuces. He did Deuces.
He did. Oh, this is not his. Freeze by T-Pain, but that was.
Also, No BS.
Oh, okay.
Look at Me Now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What else? I said she ain't you. What else? Oh, it looks like he wrote a song with David Guetta.
David Guetta.
Yeah, it's I Can Only Imagine. Have you heard of that song before?
Mm-mm.
Okay. He did Strip. I mean, he's done some stuff. So, I mean, like you said, if this is true, he did put, that the one with Brandy off her 211, that song, that is called Put It Down. So, and he Don't Judge Me.
Oh, he wrote, yeah, 3 times.
Oh, okay. He did New Flame. Yeah, I mean, the guy has some writing credits under his belt. And he's definitely, do you feel like he's a more versatile artist than Usher?
That I don't know. I feel like maybe he'd be more willing to be versatile. Because, I mean, Usher does have some pop songs. I don't know if either of them have ventured out to do like country or like rock or some other genres. I don't know if either of them have ventured out to do like other genres other than like R&B, pop, and hip hop.
Yeah. Usher, on the other hand,
I don't know what Usher did. No, I feel like he did write had a hand in writing some of his hits.
Oh, I'm talking about just for other artists. Like,
oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
I think he did some writing for Justin Bieber. They said or co-wrote. There's a few songs, but I can tell you I know like 2 Justin Bieber songs. So
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if he's really wrote. They said that he's helped write a number of songs for other artists, including Jennifer Lopez, A Boogie with the Hoodie, but
I'm trying to look on this list and see like he had a hand in writing a lot of his hits. But I'm trying to see like has he had a hand in writing for like other people? He's got a credit on Circles by Crime Mob.
I don't know that song.
Anything?
I think it sounds, the title sounds familiar. So he did, as far as his songs, You Make Me Wanna. Nice and Slow. My Way. You Got It Bad. U-Turn. Yeah. I mean, a lot of his hits, pretty much. I mean,
yeah, I think that says a lot because he wrote his hits. Whereas Chris Brown, he might have wrote some hit, like not all the songs he wrote were hits, especially for other people. For himself, some of them were, but not even like his biggest songs. So to write his biggest hits, I think says a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Climax, yeah, that was my song. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, even songs that he kind of had a hand in writing for other people, it was mainly Justin Bieber when he first came.
He's on The Matrimony by Wale.
Oh. Okay.
Party by Chris Brown.
Oh, I didn't know that. Was he on that song though?
Yeah, he was. Come Through by Summer Walker and Usher. I heard that song.
Yeah, but see, you're saying like every song that he wrote for other people, like he was on that song, on those songs.
Yeah, true.
Right. So, I mean, so clearly Chris Brown he's written more. Like, I feel like his pen game is he could probably get Usher on the pen game because of him writing for other artists.
Yeah, but like I said, like, were those other songs hits though? Like, most of them weren't hits. Like, 90% of these songs that Usher he's on or he's wrote, they're all hits.
Yeah, but how much, like Chris Brown, how much of the writing process did Usher contribute to those songs?
Well, you could say the same thing about Chris Brown.
That's true. Okay. So I personally say Chris Brown, but it's also probably debatable. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I would say versatility, it would probably go to Chris Brown. But as far as writing hits, or at least having a hand in writing hits, I would say Usher.
Usher. Okay. So let's talk about awards. So Usher has won 8 Grammys, 35 ASCAP awards, 18 Billboard Music Awards, 14 BMI Awards, 12 Soul Train Awards, and 8 American Music Awards.
So just on those numbers alone, I'm pretty sure he got Chris Brown beat. Just in Grammys alone.
You didn't even give me a chance to.
Nope. That's why just based on those numbers, I know Chris Brown is not touching him.
Well, I mean, Chris Brown has he's won 1 Grammy. But he's won a plethora of awards. Let me see. How many awards has he won? Wow, they're not really okay. They just said that he's been, I think is that just BET? 100
I hope not, because that
I'm like, what in the world?
Let me see. We're going with Chris Brown. I need a whole list.
Okay, so I found something. So he's won 1 Grammy, 19 BET awards, 60 ASCAP awards, and 4 NAACP Image Awards.
No AMA awards?
That's crazy.
None?
I don't know.
That's interesting.
I mean, the fact that he's only won 1 Grammy.
I knew about the 1 Grammy. I think he got gypped.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. Billboard. According to Billboard, Usher is second only to Chris Brown for most wins for Best Male R&B Pop Artist. He has won 7 times. So I'm thinking maybe is this the Billboard Awards or BET Awards?
What is it?
This is from Billboard. It says that Chris Brown, Usher second to Chris Brown for most wins for Best Male R&B Pop Artist. Chris Brown has won the award 7 times.
But most wins for what? It's a Billboard Music Award or most wins for what?
I think it's Billboard R&B Pop Artist. They put it in that one category, which is
I don't know. I don't really count that.
But they did say that Chris Brown has won 202 awards from 516 nominations. He may have Usher beat.
And then probably because Chris Brown's been on more music than Usher too, especially in recent years. Because I can't say I've really heard Usher on a lot of features.
Yeah, but that's true. But well,
because I feel like some of those awards were not just for Chris, like just Chris Brown. I feel like a lot of those, not I'm gonna say a lot, but at least some of them, he was a feature on the song.
Yeah. And then Chris Brown actually has more number one songs than Usher. Usher has 9. Chris Brown has 18.
Yes, how many?
18.
Number one song. Is this stuff that he was featured on, or it's his song?
Oh, I don't know. I just know he has 18 number one Billboard songs, and then Usher has 9 number one singles on the Billboard charts.
See, okay, so I'm looking at Billboard Hot 100, and it's saying that Chris Brown has 2 number one hits, 17 top 10 hits, and 118 songs.
See, these articles need to get it together, because that is a different number, different.
Yeah, let me see. How many number one hits does Chris Brown have? Yeah, so that's Billboard. I'm trying to see a different source, but like reputable. Let's see here.
So they got on here on Billboard. It's so crazy because on Billboard, I'm looking at another Billboard article, and it says most number ones mainstream R&B hip hop airplay. They have Chris Brown with 18, Usher with 16. So he's still on here. It's saying that he has more number ones than Usher. That's just
I could see that.
Oh, I can definitely see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Not hard to.
Yeah,
and I feel like Chris Brown, he's more consistent in putting out music. Like it's every couple of years he dropping an album. Whereas Usher, I mean, I don't know. Besides this last project, when's the last album he released?
I don't. Yeah, we can look at that. Like Usher's album. Let's see. I know Chris Brown has sold more records than Usher has by far. But yeah, before this album now,
I think it was 2012.
I'm looking at that. I'm like, no way. 2016. Hard to Love. He did that in 2016.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
I cannot believe it's been that long.
So that's almost 10 years.
That is crazy. He has 9 studio albums.
But what's even more crazy is you haven't dropped an album since 2016, but you had a sold out Vegas residency just a year ago.
Yeah.
And I was on tour.
So Chris Brown has 11 studio albums compared to Usher's 9 studio albums. So you're right. I mean, he released Breezy in 2022, 1111 in 2023, Indigo in 2019. I mean,
and then Chris Brown, he came out 20 years? No, not 20 years.
He came out
15 years before Chris Brown.
Who, Usher?
Yeah.
Possibly. Chris Brown came out in
It was like 2005,
Yeah,
2006.
2005, something like that. And then Usher
Yeah.
came out in like 90.
It's
When
like
did My
early
Way came out in 97?
But
So you're right.
he had
Like,
music before that though.
yeah, but even so, let's just say even if we count My Way, that's still, even if let's say, you know, mainstream wise, My Way was the first Usher album. It still all came out almost 10 years.
Yeah.
For
And Chris Brown still has more albums than him.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like Chris Brown, his first album, it came out in November 2005.
And what's crazy, so they were hitting at kind of the same time because Confessions came out March of 2004. So I'm pretty sure was still on the radio when Chris Brown came out.
Oh wow, yeah, that's crazy. So I'm gonna go back to how many album sales, or how many Usher's album sales versus Chris Brown. So let me see. He has sold more than 33 million albums in the United States and over 65 million albums worldwide.
That's Chris Brown.
No, this is Usher. And then he has over 150 million total records sold worldwide. So let's look at Chris Brown's album sales. So see, they just said that Chris Brown has sold over 140 million records worldwide. But it's not telling me how many albums, that's just records. So it's not telling me how many albums, but they said Usher sold over 150 albums. 150 million album. I mean, not albums, 150 million records compared to Chris Brown's 140 million records.
So 140 compared to
150.
And there's a 10-year gap in their careers.
Yeah.
So, and there's only I say only, but 10 million sales between the two.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I don't know. In song, I just think Usher got it. And then talking about classics.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Chris Brown might have one classic song, but I feel like Usher got 2 classic albums.
Right. So does Chris Brown have any classic albums? Because I know Usher has at least 3. My Way.
Oh, you think My Way was a classic?
Yes. My Way, Confessions, and 8701.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I really only, in my opinion, I really only think Chris Brown has one classic song. I don't think he has a classic album, and I don't think he has multiple classic songs. Like, for me, Yo is like his classic.
You said Yo?
Yeah, it's like I can hear Yo and be fine. Like, that's my song. Right. But none of his other songs, I can jam to, but I don't feel like they're classics.
What about Gimme That?
I don't feel like that's classic. I feel like it's a hit.
What about Run It?
I don't feel like that's a classic.
What about Say Goodbye?
I don't feel like I don't feel like a lot of people know that song.
Yeah, unless you listen to the album. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Usher has just like to have more than one classic album. Well, to have one classic album is a lot, but to have argumentatively 2 to 3, and Chris doesn't even have one.
I feel like, and part of me feels like Chris Brown just be putting out music just to be putting out music. Like, I don't feel like it's a lot of, I don't want to say thought because I know it's not true, but I just feel he just has a whole bunch of songs. And half of them their subject matter is not really a lot of substance either.
Well, what about Wall to Wall? Remember that?
Yeah, I remember Wall to Wall. That is definitely not, in my opinion.
Like, you don't think Wall to Wall is
a class? No.
Over Wall to Wall.
So what was it? You cut out. What was the first one?
You think Yo would be a classic over Wall to Wall?
Absolutely. No competition. Absolutely none.
Okay, well, Usher has definitely in that category with the classic albums, because I could literally play 8701 front to back.
Yeah. Confession, front to back.
My Way may be almost classic, so I'm gonna take that back, but not quite. Because I have to be in the mood to really like go through that one. But Confessions, for sure. I know like every song by heart. Like that's
every song. You can pick any song and you know it.
Yeah. And then also 8701, that was just like everybody had that album. So I think Usher definitely. For me, you're right, the quality of music. Usher just have better quality music that is more sustainable and long lasting.
Like Chris Brown, he makes a lot of club or bedroom.
Yeah, and he can do some quick hits, but quick hits don't compare to timeless music.
Right. It's not a classic. It's just here for a couple of weeks and then it's done. Yeah.
So I agree with you. But he is by far the better dancer.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, and because, Usher is 10 years older than Chris. So, I feel like back when Usher was the man, he absolutely was like the best dancer out, but Chris Brown has surpassed him. And not only just because he's younger, because obviously that plays a factor, but I think he's more innovative with his dancing. Like he can freestyle on the spot and be awesome. Usher, I still feel like he can freestyle a little bit, but I feel like his is a lot of choreography as well. Yeah.
I mean, even when you compare both of them to their prime, Usher's prime with dancing, it still doesn't even like...
Yeah, it doesn't compare.
Like, it doesn't even come close. Like, you cannot, it's like this. You can't compare Usher in as far as like the dance category to Michael. But man, you could compare Chris Brown.
Yeah, for sure.
Michael in that category.
For sure. And you know what's crazy? I forget what I was watching, but like on Chris Brown's Run It, like when they were recording it, they were not marketing him as a dancer. They actually told him not to dance.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
But somebody like spoke up or whatever and was like, no, he needs to dance. So it's crazy to think that he was not supposed to be, like that was not supposed to be showcased.
Okay. Well, clearly that's like his staple.
Yeah. Oh, and he can rap too.
He is definitely the better rapper.
Usher can't. I've never heard Usher rap.
Well, he did that.
I mean, I don't know if I even count that.
You don't count that? Like, baby, what you gonna do to me? Like,
right. I'll count it. I'll count it. I'll count it, but Chris Brown still smoking him, and that is no. It's no. And I don't think Chris Brown is the greatest rapper either.
I mean,
But
didn't Chris Brown smoke Quavo or somebody recently in a rap?
Quavo, I've never heard of like a skill from Quavo, so I half the time I don't know what he's saying, and I don't really think he's talking about nothing, and I don't even know if he can freestyle.
But the fact that you got a singer who is known for singing, and you have a rapper who is known for rapping, and the singer out-rap the rapper.
Right, it's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
I mean, that's crazy. And he's a rapper that's part of one of the biggest rap groups of this generation.
So sad too. Like, I don't think
Migos. I'm not a Migos fan like that. I know some Migos song, but they are probably the most influential rappers of this generation, of this newer generation. So and you had Chris Brown just out rap you. That's sad.
Yeah. So he's definitely got that category. I don't know. Besides, like, it seemed like Usher, the only category he's like upstaging Chris Brown is classics. Classic songs.
Like that, like classic albums and stuff like that, and songs. Okay. Well, how about this? Who's the better singer?
That's tough. That's tough. I don't, because they both have range. They both can get up there.
I will go with Usher on that.
With Usher.
His falsetto is, I've never even heard Chris Brown singing the falsetto, but.
Oh, I have. That's why I said, like, they both can get up there. I have
heard him singing. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what song?
Now you put me on the spot. I'll try to think now, but I know I was just listening to a song the other day. I gotta go to my Apple Music. But yeah, no, they both have range. They're both really good singers.
Yeah. I think about Usher's falsetto, especially on Superstar.
Oh yeah.
Out of this world. I mean, does Chris Brown have a song like that with a range comparative to Superstar?
I gotta go through these albums. I think I was listening to Harder. That's on the Greasy album. He has a falsetto on that. Yeah, that's the song I was listening to. That's the song that comes to mind. I know he has other songs where he has showcased his falsetto, but that's the most recent song I've listened to where it was being showcased.
But is it better than an Usher falsetto? Any of Usher's falsetto songs?
I mean, how many does Usher? You say Superstar.
Okay. So I'm looking online. Chris Brown has one. Was it Ain't This Ain't? Is that one?
I didn't listen to that album, so I can't speak on.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah. So that's a good question. You said what Usher songs besides? Man, I'm just thinking of Climax.
Oh yeah.
His vocal range in Climax was crazy.
Yeah. Usher probably got him on falsetto. I think he has. Just because he has more songs. But who sounds better? I probably would say Usher.
Yeah, I just feel like Usher's just the better singer. I mean, if you've seen Tiny Desk, Usher's have you seen it? I mean, it was just, it was like, man, are we in the studio?
Yeah. Yeah, he can sing on the fly, anything, and it'll sound good.
Yep. And you're right. Like I do feel like a lot of it though has to do with how you take care of your voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
go ahead.
No, I just said I feel like he takes care of his voice better than Chris.
So this is another point. Chris Brown uses auto-tune sometimes. Does Usher have any songs where he used auto-tune?
Ooh. Let me see. I don't know. Do you know any?
I can't. I don't think he does.
Maybe any songs he did with T-Pain. If he's done any songs with T-Pain,
I don't think he has. I don't think Usher has any auto-tune songs.
Wow. That is crazy. Did he ever use an auto-tune? Wow. But we know Chris Brown has.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know. So I guess if anybody can think of any songs that Usher has had an auto-tune on, put it in the comments, because okay, wasn't Oh My God or OMG, didn't it have some auto-tune in it?
Was it auto-tune or was he just like talking, singing?
Oh my,
But that was also, will.i.am was also on it.
Oh, was that will.i.am's voice or Usher's voice?
I want to say will.i.am, but I could be wrong. I think it was will.i.am.
Yeah, I know that. I know T-Pain said that Usher told him that he effed up music by using auto-tune. If you watch that interview, I was like, dang, Usher's like, he's like, thanks a lot, T-Pain. You really messed up auto-tune. You know. Yeah, I don't know if he's a fan of auto-tune.
Yeah, so that probably answers that question then.
I don't think he's that, but yeah, okay. So we got two categories right now that Usher is winning in.
Okay, scandals.
Oh wow!
I mean, the worst thing Usher did was he go from woman to like marriage to marriage.
That's not the worst thing. Remember that herpes lawsuit?
Oh yeah, that too. That is true. That's true.
In the Diddy thing.
Which jury is still out on that because they were together a lot, like early in his career. So you can't tell me that even if he wasn't involved, he saw stuff.
Well, not only that, he like introduced like Justin Bieber to Diddy, and you see how every time Justin Bieber even like hears the word Diddy, he freezes up, you know. So, I mean, I feel like Chris Brown has the most amount of scandal with the abuse stuff. But Usher got some stuff there too. I will say Chris Brown's scandals, this Rihanna thing, had bigger consequences.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no Usher scandal that really had the amount of consequences that Chris Brown had to deal with that Rihanna situation.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Which is ironic because there's so many celebrities who like put hands and feet on each other and their careers still be on tag. But for some reason, Chris Brown got canceled for years from that Rihanna.
I think the picture did a lot. Like, she was messed up.
Yeah.
And I think the picture just being everywhere, like, I think that hit a lot of people. Like, he really, messed her up. So I think that had a lot to do with it. And, Rihanna was really painted as the victim. I don't feel like she was fully innocent. Like, I don't feel like she just had nothing to do with his actions, even though there's his actions was inexcusable. But I don't think she was just sitting there minding her business and he just suddenly decided to hit her.
Suddenly put hands and feet. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So
Yeah,
I think like she was definitely painted as like the victim, the damsel in distress, and he was like this monster. And the media just took that and ran with it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And then he was put on a pedestal. You know, he was young. He was like the young pop R&B artist who was so cute and adorable.
Mm-hmm.
And he was put on the pedestal. And, you know, it's like, oh, there's a blemish. He's, you know, so now they took him down. I mean, like I said, his career was ruined for years.
Yeah.
That to never recover.
Yeah, he's still paying the price because he was supposed to do a Michael Jackson tribute, like, what was it, a year or two ago?
Mm-hmm.
And they pulled the plug on that.
Yeah, him and Tiana Taylor were supposed to, I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
I personally think it's time to let that go because I haven't heard him do anything since.
Let me tell you something. I think it's time to let that go. Let me tell you why. It's not even because he hasn't done anything since. It's because if y'all can sit up here and y'all glorify abuse through all these love and hip hop shows and all of these, you know, what's that other channel or Zeus Network shows where you got Krishan rocking them, they all put hands and feet on each other, her and Blueface, and they not canceled.
Yeah, and I think they in prison.
Yeah, they both in jail. He already is in prison. But if you can sit up there and watch and pay and make famous the most toxic couple I've ever seen on the internet, Krishan and Blueface, and you just have justification for that hot mess, y'all should let the Chris Brown go.
Yeah,
because their career is built on abusing each other.
That's not okay.
You know, not only that, but it's questionable child abuse on her part and how she treated her baby.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you know, leave Chris Brown alone. Like, it's not right to allow one thing and not the other, and it's the same situation.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
So if you gonna ban it, if you're gonna, you know, criticize it all the way around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know? And if you're not, then you're not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
concerts.
Wait, let's answer the.
What was the question?
You said the you like who's worse?
Chris Brown's definitely he takes it.
Yeah, poor Chris Brown. His one scandal alone.
Yeah, and I don't even think he's really done. I think he like cheated on Karrueche.
Oh, he put hands and feet on her too.
But I mean, besides that.
No, he cheated and put hands and feet. Like, he really messed Karrueche.
Oh, I forgot. See, that wasn't like really in the media like that. Like, it was mentioned, but that was not what's the word? It was not out there like how it was with Rihanna. So I think a lot of what it was with Rihanna is Rihanna was just as big a figure as Chris Brown was. Karrueche, I don't feel like anybody cares about her. Like, that came out and I won't say got swept under the rug, but it's like nobody cared. And the media didn't take that and run with it like they did with Rihanna.
Yeah, nobody in mainstream media cared about it.
Yeah, so I feel like, yes, what he did with Rihanna was terrible, but I feel like it was, I won't say blown out of proportion, but it was blown up because of who Rihanna was and is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And then also you got to look at the timing and how young he was then. And like I said, how people perceived him then versus now. So it was like shocking.
Yeah.
You know. Okay. All right. So go ahead with the next category.
Concerts. Who puts on the better concert?
I don't know because I've only been to an Usher concert, so I can't. I can't really answer that. What about you?
So I've been to both. I went to Chris Brown's 11/11 tour like a couple months ago. Went to Usher's Vegas show last year.
Mhm.
So performance, I
Mhm.
feel like Chris Brown has no performance just because he's the better dancer just off of that alone.
Mhm.
And, he just puts a lot into it. And a lot of it, some of it is choreographed, but it looks like he's just having fun up there. Like he just dancing and it's whatever.
Mhm.
So I feel like the show is better. But in
Mhm.
terms of songs, just because I kind of stopped listening to Chris Brown after the Fame album. I think I missed I missed at least 2 albums that I just didn't listen to.
Mhm.
Indigo and Royalty. I ain't really listen. I know some of the hits off of those, but I did not listen to those songs like start to finish at all.
Right.
And so he performed some of those songs, and some songs I did not know at all at his concert. Chris Brown did, and so that took some of the joy out of it for me, just because I didn't know those songs. They weren't hit. Some of them weren't even hits. They was just songs on his album that
Right.
he wanted to perform. Whereas Usher, every single song is a
Yeah.
hit. Every single song.
You
Plus, he
even
gives you
forget
the
about.
performance value.
Yeah, and you forget. You're like, oh yeah, that song too. It's like, dang,
Yeah, it's just song after song after song. Like, you will enjoy the concert from start to finish. If you're a diehard Chris Brown fan, I guess you will enjoy that too. But I think it's just because I kind of cooled it on Chris Brown for like a couple of years, just because he just wasn't putting out music that I was interested in.
Yeah.
But Usher is literally from the start of the concert to end. It's enjoyable. It's amazing. He's got the setup on the stage. He's got his background dancers. He's got his what's the word? He got his skates and he doing that whole routine. But just because Usher is getting older, he ain't doing as much as he used to. Because I saw him back in 2010. So you're talking about 14 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, but I mean, for his age, like, because even when we saw him in Vegas, he did the whole, was it at the end of You Don't Have to Call, where he like does the handstand like in the rain, and it's like dark outside. I think it's at the end of that video that he did that, but he did that at the concert, which I was shocked.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that he got on skates did it for me because
Yeah.
I mean, he was on skates for a long time. This is not one song,
Mhm.
it's choreographed, and he did really well. So yeah, but I did hear one of my friends said that by far Chris Brown concert was like the best concert she's ever been to.
Yeah.
So I guess
if I had kept up with him, it probably would be that for me too. But it's just because was quite a few songs that I just didn't know.
Okay.
That kind of took away the enjoyment. But entertainment factor, I think Chris Brown has it.
Yes, and I do like that Chris Brown, he has a lot of interactions with his fans that are just like regular people. And I know like Usher, he did like at the Vegas concert, he was in the crowd, but as far as like interaction was more so with like celebrities.
Yeah.
Chris Brown to get down with the fans, like
like I'm one of y'all.
Right, exactly. But yeah, I guess it's more of a like individual preference thing as far as like the concerts. I I can't, like I said, I can't until I go to a Chris Brown concert. I can't really speak on it, but I will say, just based off of things that I see on YouTube and stuff, he is the better just dancer performer than Usher.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many flips has Chris Brown done on stage?
Yeah.
Never do a flip like
Chris Brown?
No, Usher.
Oh, you said Chris Brown. Yeah, no, Usher, no.
Like not once.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk. What about acting? That's an unpopular category.
I thought about that, but I was like, both of them lose to me. Like,
but it has to exist because they both have movie credits.
I know, but I mean, okay, Usher. What is that song? What was that movie? Where he was the DJ.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I gotta look now, cause that's the only movie I know he's really been in.
Which one?
I gotta look up to see the name.
He was in
The Mix. In the Mix.
I've never seen that movie.
It's terrible. The acting is terrible. Everything about that movie is terrible.
What about Light It Up? Remember Light It Up? Everybody would like.
I don't remember that.
Parodies of Light It Up.
I don't remember that.
Light It Up when they're at that high school or something.
Uh-uh.
And, oh my gosh, what was Light It Up about? They were like in the high school and they were like the kids like took hostage of the school or took over the school. That came out when I was like a kid. So I don't.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness, when did Light It Up come out? In the mid-90s?
I've never even heard of that.
You're like that's before my time.
Before my time. Yeah.
You're like, I don't even. 99. I knew I was like in middle school when that came out.
Oh, I was like 6, so I wasn't. Usher was not on my radar.
Yeah, they like held a wounded police officer hostage and barricaded themselves in the school. It was. It's. You got to see it. And then The Faculty. I didn't see The Faculty, but he was in that movie too. Oh,
he was in Moesha.
Yeah, he did good in Moesha though.
Yeah.
He was also in this movie called Hands of Stone.
Oh, that was the one. I didn't see it, but he played Sugar Ray Leonard.
Oh,
he was like the main. Of course, he was the main character. So that he could have been good. I don't know, but I didn't see that.
I'd be mad if I was Sugar Ray Leonard. Y'all had Usher play me. What kind of mess is that? I mean, like, what, y'all can't pick a better actor than Usher to play
At
me?
least a sports person.
Right. Y'all couldn't do Will Smith. Somebody. He did Ali. Why can't he do Sugar Ray Leonard? So, Usher's acting is trizash. So Chris Brown did Stomp the Yard for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Wait a minute, going back. Usher was in Incredibles too.
Nah.
It said he was the voice of the ballet.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to go back and watch that because I don't remember that. And I've seen Incredibles too.
And it say he was in Hustlers. I didn't see that movie, but I heard of it. The one with Cardi B and Jennifer Lopez.
Usher was in that movie?
I say he was in it.
As what?
Himself. I don't know what part he played, but it say he was in it.
The Hustlers, the movie, or Hustlers behind the scenes, because I ain't never heard of that before.
Some movie called Burning.
No.
He was in the Muppets Most Wanted.
Never. I've heard of the Muppets, but I didn't follow them.
He was in Scary Movie 5.
Oh, really? Okay, Usher. All right, I see you.
He was in I did see Killers with Ashton Kutcher. He was in that. He played a very, very, very small role.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Texas Rangers in 2001.
These must be like uncredited roles because I don't.
These are all credit. It says the roles he played.
Wow.
Geppetto in 2000. I don't even know what that is. Here's Light It Up, 1999. She's All That.
I think I remember him being in She's All That.
Yeah, he played DJ Campus.
Yeah, I think so. I think I remember him being in. Yeah, I remember him being in She's All That. Still trash.
So yeah, I can't really pick anything from and be like, oh yeah, he was really good in that.
Well, neither with Chris Brown. Like he's been in like 9 movies, I think, or 8, and one was like 2 of them he played himself, and they were documentaries, so I don't even count that.
Oh yeah, I don't count that.
So Stomp the Yard, of course, I was really upset because he played in it.
Everybody was.
You're like, wait, hold on, is he dead?
Everybody was mad. That was like, because that movie came out in like, what was it? I think it came out in 2007.
Yeah, it came out in 2007.
So you talking about he already had his first album. He was riding high off that. I think he either dropped exclusive or on his way to drop his second album. So his singles was already on the radio. Everybody loved Chris Brown. They were like, oh, he coming out with a movie. Watch the movie. 5 minutes in, no more Chris Brown.
No more Chris Brown. Yep. And he also played in This Christmas.
I did see that, yeah.
Still terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see
Takers. He was in that. I didn't feel like he did the greatest job, but meh.
Yeah. Think Like a Man.
Yeah, that was a small role.
Okay, I did not see.
You really need to watch Think Like a Man.
I know, I did not see Think Like a Man.
That needs to be like the next time y'all come over, we're watching that.
Why? So like our husbands can like trash the movie the entire time. Your husband will
Think Like a Man.
Oh, he does?
Yes, it's a good movie. It's not a bad movie.
Okay, we can watch that. Okay. All right. So who is the better actor?
That's a draw to me, honestly.
It's that bad that you can't decide.
But what I will say is Usher has played the leading man that I know of in at least 2 movies. He was the leading role in the Sugar Ray Leonard movie and in The Mix, even though In the Mix was terrible. Chris Brown, I don't think he has never had a leading role.
No.
They're all supporting roles.
Well, Wikipedia.
They say This Christmas is a leading role, but
so folks in the comments.
He wasn't the main character.
Right, exactly. Okay, I mean, did we hit every category?
Oh wait, we didn't touch TV shows for Chris Brown.
TV? He was on TV, like TV show?
So I say he was on 101, which I don't remember that. It said he played himself on 101.
Maybe it was the later years when I stopped watching 101.
It said 2006.
I think that was in the later years when I stopped watching 101.
It does say season 5, so maybe so.
Yeah.
The OC. I never watched it, but I heard he was in it.
I've never seen the OC. It was just not my thing.
Yeah, I've never seen it. He was on Sesame Street playing as himself. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. 2008. I'm trying to think. Was I still watching Disney Channel in 2008?
I know I wasn't, because I was over the age.
I was 15. Nope, I was not watching Disney. I remember the show, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, but I wasn't watching it at that time.
I was above my 20s in 2008, so you know. You know?
They have him in Real Husbands of Hollywood.
I've seen a couple of episodes of that, but I don't remember the one with Chris Brown in it.
Yeah, that was in 2015, season 4.
Okay.
He was in Blackish.
Never seen Blackish.
Never seen, but I just finished watching the whole season, like for the second time.
I've watched clips they were funny.
Mm-hmm.
I've never like had a chance to watch the show.
Oh no, I really like Blackish. He played a rapper on there actually.
Like,
and
was he a guest role? Was it like a one time?
Yeah, one time thing. And then some show called Could Have Been House. It says 2024. I've never heard of that. And it says he played.
These are some random movies. Well, I still think Usher's guest star appearance on Moesha, for me, credits any TV show that Chris Brown has been in. It's better, you know.
Yeah, just Moesha alone.
Yeah, that's why I say it's like it beats, you know, Chris Brown being on one-on-one.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm good on that. I just can't believe like I did not know Chris Brown was on all that stuff. I know Usher did The Voice. Moesha, he was on The Bold and Beautiful, The Twilight Zone, the newer Twilight Zone, I guess. Let's see. The top something called, oh no, that's Bold and Beautiful. Let's see. True Hollywood Story. What? I remember that. Oh my gosh, that was so popular back in the day. But I don't know how they would have him on that. Other than that is like a bunch of like documentary type stuff or like concert type stuff. Nothing he didn't do a whole lot of TV shows.
Oh, the famous Jet Jackson.
Oh, Chris Brown. And of course, Usher was on the street as every other celebrity was.
Say that again.
Usher was on Sesame Street like everybody.
Yeah. Say he was on Seventh Heaven.
Who was?
Usher.
He was on Seventh Heaven.
Yeah, 2002.
Hey, yo, that was the show though.
Yeah.
That was the show when stuff just started, before everything started seeming unrealistic on the show. That was the show. Okay, actually, I'm on Wikipedia. He was on some stuff. So he was on Soul Food. It must have been a TV show because it was
a TV show.
Okay, so he was on the famous Jet Jackson, which is weird because, like, he was much older than the actor that, like,
the famous because he was probably in his 30s when he was doing this stuff.
Yeah, because I'm like, Famous Jet Jackson came out when I was a teenager, so why was he on Famous Jet Jackson? He did. I'm trying to think of any shows that he wasn't himself on. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Of course, I said The Twilight Zone. You said Seventh Heaven. You said Soul Food. I said Sesame Street. He played himself in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I have an idea. We should compare Usher's #1 hit to Chris Brown's #1, like his greatest hit, I should say. Greatest hit.
Okay, we'll see. And then okay, so Usher greatest hit. You Remind Me? Is it You Remind Me?
No, back again.
Oh, Yeah is Usher's biggest hit.
Yeah.
Okay. What is Chris Brown's biggest hit?
Would it be Run It?
It can't be Run It. It is Run It. Oh my.
Well, that's no competition.
Wait, who do you think it is?
Usher, hands down.
Yeah. Okay, I'm about to say, I'm like, okay, now I know, it can get played a whole lot, but it still was like monumental at the time.
Yeah, this is definitely Usher got that.
Nothing monumental about Run It. So, if Chris Brown and Usher did a versus battle, I don't know if you've ever seen any of the versus battles, but if Chris Brown and Usher did a versus,
he was cutting out.
I said, have you seen any of the versus battles?
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you think will win a versus battle? Chris Brown or Usher?
Usher.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I agree. But if there's dancing involved.
Well, when verses first started, it was just song for song. So
I feel like Chris Brown would need to dance to win a versus battle against Usher.
But it's not about dancing, it's about your song.
Yeah. I mean, Usher could play his whole Confessions album and win off that alone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think. So you feel like, okay, so you think that Usher will get Chris Brown on that. There's a lot of people who feel like Chris Brown would win a versus battle. I'm gonna see if Matt, if he could put a poll up.
Oh yeah.
So people can vote on who they think would win in the versus battle. So we can find out what the people think.
Yeah, just going song for song. Like Chris Brown has more songs than Usher, but Usher has more memorable songs, more
classics.
Well, yeah, more well known, more classics. Like I said, I really only think Chris Brown has one. That's it.
Okay. Well, should we end it here on this note?
I think that was good.
Ended it on the versus battle note is good. I'm gonna see if Matt can put the poll up. If not, everybody put in the comments who they feel will win in a versus battle, or who they feel like is the better singer, songer, like who's better, Chris Brown or Usher?
Who's the better total artist, total package artist?
Yes.